So we still have 7 minutes more. It's at 8:15. Any questions from what we discussed? Anything that you want to talk about? Feel free to talk.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so you know the example you gave about a drug. So let's say the patient was in Poland and the drug is marketed in Poland, right? But patient got diagnosed in US as a leg fracture, right? But in US, the drug is in clinical trial. So we will be reporting to the authorities in Poland based on the labeling sheet that we have, right?
Mm-hmm. If they want you to report.
Okay. But suppose, I think the second thing that you were saying, let's say if it's not approved in USA.
Okay.
So we cannot go to the label, obviously, based on Poland. And then you were talking about FDA would want you to go back to the label, and then you have to go based on the company.
Don't get confused.
I got confused on that part.
It's not that complicated. The way you sound like you're going to kill yourself tonight.
I just got confused.
So see, the thing is, it depends on the FDA conditional approval. If the drug is in clinical trial, if the drug is a clinical trial product, they need to get an approved investigational drug, a new drug application, IND would be filed before the drug gets into the clinical trial, right? So
right.
FDA can say, hey, you know what? I'm not sure about your drug. You can continue to do clinical trial, but I need you to send me all reports that you're getting for this drug, globally, not just US. If they say that, then you need to send the Poland one. If they say, I don't need to know everything going on globally, I just need only US home reports, then you don't need to send the Poland one.
Okay, got it.
So
Thank you.
It depends on how it is approved, on what grounds it's approved.
Okay.
So Abhishek, I'm confused. Sneha here again.
Yeah, Chapan ma'am.
Say for example, if it is a post-marketed drug, I mean it's approved drug basically. If it is not in clinical trials, the person took a drug from or purchased it in one country and he consumed it in another country. So the event of occurrence, I mean the country you specify is where he has taken the drug, or the country where the drug is
where the event occurred.
Okay, so if he, for example, if he consumes a drug which is sold in market in US and he consumes it in Poland, so the country of occurrence is Poland, so you have to report it as Poland.
Where did the AE occur? In Poland?
In Poland.
Yeah, then
but the drug is marketed drug in US.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Then it goes into Poland.
Okay.
See, the whole central point of all this is the country of occurrence of the adverse event will drive the reporting rules based on the reporting rule requirement that you do not know until you know the product. So it's not like a static thing like, okay, what will happen if the drug is marketed in Poland and it is not marketed in US? What will happen? I don't know until I know the drug regulatory status.
Okay.
So the reporting rules, you do not know. Like if I go into a company, the first thing that I would look in is where are we reporting, in which countries are we reporting. Some countries might say, hey, your drug is safe enough. I don't need to see any of your reports for the next 5 years. You like, I just need aggregate reports. I don't need individual case reports. Then you don't submit anything.
Okay.
And some countries will say, no, I need it. I need all serious cases coming in globally to be reported. So you will be trained on the reporting regulations, reporting rules. Most of the times you'll have the first 2 weeks of any drug safety job. That is what you'll be trained in Argus.
Okay.
So they will drill you to a point that if you're like really working on, let's say you're working on Latin America, Latin America countries, they will say that for Brazil, you need to report. For Peru, you don't need to report. For Chile, you don't need to report serious cases. So they'll give you a very mega Excel sheet to work out.
And
So,
do we have to remember everything, or
yeah,
we
you
will
have
have
to
it ready?
remember everything. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, you have to remember. But those reporting rules will be configured in Argus.
Okay.
So once you lock the case, I'll show you how you lock a case. Once you lock a case, the reporting rules will automatically trigger. Your thing is to just cross check. If you're doing 10 cases a day, it's not difficult to remember 10 countries. You will remember that in your sleep.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
We're just waiting for Divya. Whose birthdays is on January? Unmute and talk.
Why? Are you planning anything?
Huh?
Are you planning anything for January babies?
Not really. I just want to know if anyone from May, June.
I'm from May.
You're from May. Yeah, Shravani, let's go. I'm also May.
Oh,
May, which date?
it's the 18th.
Ah, you missed by one date. I'm on 17.
Ah, okay. That's nice to know.
I missed on one date, I should say that.
Oh. But when I school days,
When is your birthday?
What did you ask? Whose birthday?
Prashant. Sabina, when is yours?
It's on March
March when?
12.
Why are you looking up? You don't remember?
Because I confused with because of my kid's birthday, I have to remember his birthday, so I have to like remember whose birthday I'm telling.
Yeah, we'll just give 5 more minutes. It's already 18, so people are entering right now. That's great. Maggie, how about you?
August 23rd.
Oh, nice. Is that
You're a Leo.
I'm on the cusp.
Taurus?
I don't know what I am anymore. Am I a Virgo? Am I a Leo?
I think you are no.
I
Wait.
thought
No, you're not a Leo. I think it's 22nd is the
Yeah.
cutoff. Yeah.
When I was younger, I remember all the horoscopes ended on the 23rd for a Leo. Now I feel like they all end on the 22nd.
Yeah, yeah. The border ones are a bit confusing. I mean,
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
I have multiple personalities.
If you can remember if you remember horoscopes, I'm sure you can remember all the reporting rules.
Just mine.
Divya, you here?
Hi Abhishek, hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Divya.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, congrats.
Thank
When
you.
is your birthday?
Mine is July 26th.
I can only ask
Oh
people.
my God, I'm July 25th. Hi,
Yeah.
Deepti.
Hi. Let's celebrate together.
Anyone on Jan 1st?
No.
Anyone on February 29th?
Mm-hmm.
How about December 25th? How about
No.
May 17th? No. Okay, it's already up. So let's get started, guys. People will be coming in. So I just want to take this time in actually welcoming and also congratulating Divya in securing this job with IQVIA. And she's a pharmacist by profession. She did her pharmacy in India. She has quite a bit of experience in pharmacovigilance. About 7 years she worked in India in Novartis and Paraxil, and then she came to US. She did not have any US experience per se after she came here. She was looking for a job, and Divya, we met on LinkedIn, or how did we meet up?
I have received an email from your team
Marketing.
regarding a webinar, regarding the program.
Okay, great. Okay.
So that way I called you, like all these things happened.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that's how we came to know. I mean, my interaction with my conversations and my interaction with Divya is very limited because she just joined. I guess our marketing in I would say October, September, right?
Yeah, end of September, or you can say
End
October.
of
Yeah,
September. Okay. So
yeah.
yeah, so we had very less conversations. I have only
Mm.
one conversation to talk about because I think that conversation will help all of you on this call. But I'll just give it to Divya. You can just go ahead. That's all your time. And if you
Mm.
guys, if you have any questions to Divya, please ask her. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much. So let me introduce myself before I talk. So I'm Divya. I'm basically from India. So I've done my bachelor's in pharmacy. Then I started my career with clinical research. Like I started as a clinical research coordinator as clinical team for 1 year in one of the hospitals. Then moved to Accenture, Novartis, worked there for nearly 3 years. Then Parexel, I had worked with one CRO. So I was with Parexel till 2019 August. Then I got married and I moved to US. Then after all my visa things got done, so I was desperately looking for the job for my role, drug safety roles. So it was very difficult, like independently searching for a job over here. So somehow I found this. I did not expect this career move would come so quickly. Thanks to MediPharm, like Abhishek, creating this awesome program and bringing in this group. So I'm just I have reached my destination. So finally, I'm very thankful and very happy. So that's all I can say about getting a job. And if you guys want to ask me something or chit chat with me, you can happily or comfortably go ahead.
Hey, I actually have a question. So
Yeah.
I mean, how did you even come across this job? Like, was it Indeed or was it LinkedIn or like a recruiter calling you? That's kind of my first question. And then I want to know, like, once you had your phone screen, how many
Mm-hmm.
interviews did you have? Like, did you have a panel interview or was it just with the hiring manager? And then
Mm-hmm.
that was it? Or was it two interviews, like one with the hiring, one with the panel?
Mm-hmm.
And like how many like days in between did you basically have your interview scheduled?
Sure. I'll answer you. So when I had a call with MediPharm team Abhishek, so then I got to know everything about that. They started marketing my profile soon after we spoke. Then in the process of marketing, I randomly got a call from Spectra4 Technologies. Like Spectra4 is one of the consultancy. So they said they have. I started getting pretty good calls after we started marketing. So I was actually looking for a good remote job. So now I got this opportunity, 100% remote. So they just called me, and they took nearly, I would say, 4 or 5 days because I had sent few details, whatever they had required. So all this process took around 2 weeks. Like they call, once they call, they ask something. I mean, consultancy people. Then later once they said that the client has accepted my profile, and then immediately they scheduled an interview. So that was also like tentative, like once they said it is on this day, like somehow they got it they had fixed one time. So I had to face interview. It was video, and there was a manager of IQVIA who she interviewed me. It was very comfortable interview. They did not grill me, nothing like that. Whatever I have experienced, so I could speak. So like until you have good knowledge on your profile, or until you are confident, so you can go ahead and talk. There is nothing to worry about. So I would suggest everyone, be confident. Just that the way you represent yourself matters. So once you
So
hit the interview.
so it
Yeah.
wasn't like, hey, this question. It was more so like very objective, subjective wise, like you would
Mm,
say.
yeah, I can tell you.
Okay.
So what I have experienced is, it was more like me talking than she talking. Like she had asked me about my profile. So I had told her whatever I had done in my past 7 years of experience. Uh, so 7 years of experience. Then it was for nearly 30 in 30 minutes. Just a second, I'm getting some call here. Just a second. Sorry to bother. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. So I got like she just asked me. She asked me to introduce myself. It started with that conversation, and it was more like talking to a colleague, I would say. She was very much comfortable giving me that space to talk. So I explained her everything. So she just asked me few technical questions, basic ones, and she had asked me the challenges I had faced previously, and how would you manage the workload? How do you in case for narratives and all? So how do you manage like writing narratives? Such questions. That's all I would say.
So after your like interview with the hiring manager, you didn't have a panel interview or anything. It was just a one-step interview.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
So, Divya, I have a question. This is Sabina here.
Mm-hmm.
So you had this like 7 years of experience in pharmacovigilance itself, and
Yes.
you were struggling to find a job here. So what difference did you think MediPharm Solution made, in getting you this job?
Yeah, I have good experience. I was in good position, ideally in back in India, because I moved here. There is some things like we have to wait after we move to US for all these visa things,
Mm-hmm.
etc. So I
Mm-hmm.
had some little gap. So then I started searching independently. I have people around in US, like my ex-colleagues and all, but still there was something lagging behind. So this MediPharm Solutions, what they did is exactly they have done is they have they had shown me the way, like they started marketing. See, we find so many jobs in the market. We see so many websites, but we don't know how to get over that, like how to get there exactly. So MediPharm Solutions showed me that path. That I can say. So I had the talent, I had the experience, still I was struggling. So because of the relocation, I would say, because I have come from other country, and here people will expect, like there are priorities, like they might need someone who's already working here. Or the many factors, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you started working with them yet, or are you still to start?
Soon, not yet. Soon I'll be starting my
Okay, so you don't know like
project.
the day-to-day. Got it. So you don't
So
know the day-to-day like process, like what?
I,
Sorry, no, I cut you
I
off.
I know about IQVIA because I have couple of my friends who are working in IQVIA back in India, because I was into market. Even in India, I had worked with this global company, so I know how it is going to be. Just that I had reached the destination. Like now I'm into this, so that's all.
So nice to hear. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey Divya, this is Prashant.
Hi,
Congratulations
Prashant.
for your job.
Thank
Just wanted
you.
to ask you one question. So, can you tell me about your current job? So, what are you doing exactly?
Current job, current job in the sense I have got placed, so I'll be working with my project soon. So I'm in a training period, so it would take some time. So it is all about drug safety. There is a job description for this particular position. So based on that, what I understood it is all about our drug safety, and whatever experience I had, which relevant experience coming to the job role, like from complete processing from end to end, so like that. So activities from project setup to closure, case processing, writing narratives, so many activities, I would say.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
What is your actual like title, like job title? Like, is it drug safety associate or?
It is operational specialist 4.
Got it. I was just wondering. Thanks.
You can go through when you browse, you will get so many job descriptions, or when you check the internet, you will be understanding how different companies work, what exactly they do. You will get an idea. That's all.
So how many like interviews did you go through before you got this?
This is the first one I cracked it.
Wow.
Hi, this is Mercy. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So how did you prepare for the interview? I know you said you had experience in the past, but what were the steps that you took to prepare for this particular one?
So, what I have done is, obviously I have got experience. Same time, because time was just passing, like the gap was slowly getting high. So what I have done is, I had my handy manual or whatever, and I would talk to people in India, like who's working still in the current market, and I spoke to Abhishek. Whatever I had, he supported me with some materials. So it was like I did not give up. They were doing their job, MediPharm. They were marketing and they were supporting. Parallelly, things were going on. So that helped me to stay in the current market.
Hey Divya, this is Prashant once again. So I have a question. So what steps would you recommend that everybody to take to prepare to enter into this field, like to get a really good job?
Yeah. So first thing is like you should be good with your subject, whether it's a fresher or it is experience. You should know the purpose of what you're doing. That is very important. Same time choosing a path while applying a job. So this will keep you like it will take you to the success.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any other things? Abhishek, do you like to put a note or something on this?
Sure. So just to, I think we asked her more questions than the so one call that I wanted to talk about, Divya, is we had very less communication or conversations even on the phone. We are more on text messages and WhatsApp. But why I wanted to talk about this conversation is I was just thinking before I called Divya and I asked her to come on the call today if she can, and she politely agreed to do so. Thank you for that. Thank you for the time again. But I thought about what would actually bring more value to this call and what can I kind of point towards my experience talking to Divya. Is 2 days before this interview, she called me like a regular call, and she was telling me about the interview, and I said, okay, how can I help, kind of thing. So then she told me that I asked her a question. I said, can you tell me your experience in drug safety, because I honestly forgot her resume. So I said, can you tell me your experience in drug safety? And she started talking for like 3 to 5 minutes, and I was quiet. So in that 3 to 5 minutes, I kind of understood that she can narrate, she can reflect on things that she has done, she has seen, and she has the experience of recollecting things and putting it in the way that anyone can understand, not using complicated words. So after that, I asked her, the second question is, so why do you what is one thing that is concerning you? And she said, like, I don't have US experience, I don't have this experience of taking an interview in US. And my suggestion was, sometimes it is not it is not wise to give lot of suggestions, but just to give you less. But that is exactly what I did, is to tell her, like, you don't have to even think of confidence or experience. Whatever you did in the first 3 to 5 minutes with me, if you're able to like continue to if you're able to do that with any interviewer in the interview, they will come to know about the skill sets that you have already developed and the skill sets that you already have experienced. So once they come to know that, the questioning part will become less. So that is one very, I mean, how can I put it, is it's a very smart tactic that most people forget because they're nervous, or because they are not confident, or they don't feel like they really belong to that interview or that job, I would say just throw your expectation of getting a job and talk about things that you have learned if you don't have the experience, or talk about your experience if you have done enough case processing in Argus, if you have done enough narrative writing or Medrock coding or whatever case processing activity you have done. If you can narrate a workflow of how the whole case processing works, if you're able to put it together, they have no option other than to ask you very minimal questions, because once you kind of give them the whole end to end of a movie, they're not going to ask you what happened in one scene, because they know that you know the initial part and the final part. There's very less chance that they'll grill you on what happened during this part or this part. So that's how I used to do my interviews the same way Divya did. So that actually told me two things. Number one, common sense is rarely used in interviews, and that is why people like Divya would get jobs much faster, because she used a lot of common sense. The way she was able to put things together. We all have the subject, or you will all have the subject in less than probably 8 weeks or maybe 12 weeks max. So in like less than 12 weeks, you will be at a point where you'll be able to talk, or you'll be able to hold a conversation on drug safety with anyone. But what is really important is to have that common sense of, you can have butterflies in your stomach, be nervous about it, but that should really make you alert and be focused on what you are doing with the answers you're giving out. And that is one common sense. And the second thing that I appreciate Divya in doing is, she was able to connect with me on her concern, not like 10 concerns, one concern, which was actually stopping her from being herself. So, and she was able to take that solution from me, and she exactly did that. Like after the interview, I said, call me right after the interview. The way she talked to me after the interview, I said, there's a very less chance that this person would not get this job. So I was just waiting for them to give an offer letter after all those things. And it just happened so fast that now I'm feeling dizzy with all this IQVIA jobs. Yeah, so that's my impression about what happened with Divya, and that's what you guys can also take is just be open, express your concern and take the solution and implement it. Use a lot of common sense, and I think it's just time and effort is what separates you from getting a job. It's definitely rocket science. The last 3 weeks, we had 4 people get jobs in a very short span of time. So I guess I'm just waiting for 2021 to hit, and seeing all this folks on this call being placed. That's one thing that I want to do by the end of Jan Feb. So yeah, so it's all there. As long as you're putting in the efforts, it's there. That's all I can say. Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you. And I have one question. Like, first of all, congratulations to Divya again. And I wanted to ask you, like, because she had a previous experience in drug safety, and she was working in India already. So what is the interview would be like for a person like me who has no experience in the drug safety before and is learning this field, like it's totally new to me. So how does the interview look like? Like, is more technical part for me, or like the questions will be and different, obviously?
Okay.
Can I answer, or
yeah.
Go ahead, Abhishek.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
So I'll share my experience with you. Even I started as a fresher. Everyone starts with ABCD. There is nothing like you will reach out to the peak. So when you start your career, it's all, as Abhishek told, it's very simple. Okay, when you choose a career with drug safety, I agree there should be some subject. Same time, it is all about how you present yourself in the interview. So if this like things will follow like it will parallelly happen when you're ready with the subject. When you talk well, when you present yourself well, you'll definitely get succeeded.
Thank you, Divya, for answering my question.
Welcome. Go ahead, Abhishek. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. In a nutshell, it's very simple, Sadhya. Whether you have 10 years of experience or whether you have no experience, as an interviewer, what I want is basics. Like if I ask Divya what are the questions, I was puzzled to see that they asked her what is minimal criteria, what is seriousness criteria, what is a SUSAR. So these are the questions they asked her. So they really are not like, okay, you have 7 years experience, let me ask you for how you do neurosurgery is not the question. So drug safety is not that complicated. It's a very simple aspect of pharmaceuticals, and it kind of, the interview falls into very simple basic questions, and that is the reason why the course that we have is actually meant for those basic things. And I really don't want to give so much of information just to get confused by the end of this course. By the end of the course, you should really be confident of taking any job or any interview. That's number one. And number two is less information, but you are able to apply that information right away, is what I want to do through this course. And I think that is what we are doing right now, and that is actually that is why we are having this consistent results, with of course marketing and all those bells and whistles that come along with your resume and all those things. But I mean, just to narrate what Divya said, there's really no difference between technical questions for an experienced person versus no experienced person. They still ask the same questions, and you have to give them the same answers, because there's no different answers for basic questions.
Got it. Thank you, Abhishek, for explaining that.
Yeah. Any last questions? Great questions. I really like these questions that you're getting out of this call. I think these calls are more important than what I did 7 to 8. Any last questions? And we'll wind up the call. It's been almost half an hour. So. No, yes.
Abhishek, this is Vinodini. Hi.
You're back.
I just looked into the email and then thought of joining to just listen to her, but I joined really late. Is there any way you recorded the session or?
Yeah. I'll send you the recording.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks, Abhishek.
Yeah. So, okay. If there's no questions, we'll end the call. Thank you again, Divya. Congratulations, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you everyone,
and
you, everyone. Be positive. We all will celebrate together soon. Maybe, as Abhishek told, maybe in 2021 we all will celebrate. So all the best, everyone. Thanks, Abhishek.
Thank you.
Yeah.